Hello, welcome back to Touchstarved. Oh, looks like we're running into an issue with the recording. Hello? Okay, it seems to be fine. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Ooh. The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday yet. It's not even midday. Yet most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in matching green cloaks. There's a lot you can tell about a city by its dives. This one seems ordinary enough, even if the uniforms are unusual. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, but I'm about to head towards a counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Show! 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 Oh dear, what's happening? The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar and their booths and run towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm caught, swept along the ale-drenched ale-stench current. Hey! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing out my elbows as the press of bodies grows heavier. Damn it! I'm stumbling over every word. Oh boy, something tells me we're about to get a show, though. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself. The crowd has stilled. Chanting stops. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Seriously, you dogs? Seriously, you dogs? Again? Nice chest, buddy. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the audience. I drag my eyes upwards. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me, his broad shoulders framed by his thick lapels of a trench coat. Ooh, I like his hair. This really is the last time, alright? This time when he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though bewildered by his magnetic presence or rich, low voice. But nothing is as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. Don't blink, or you'll miss it. He laughs, and the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It would seem that I've found Leander. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. A flash of pale green light. Real magic. No ordinary stage trick blinds me. Ooh. As the brilliance ebbs, my gaze refocuses on the magic towering above me. He flicks his wrist, and the magic spiring around him coalesces. Nah! A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals spring forth. With a flourish, the mage presents the conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. A genuine magic show was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Leander plucks the iridescent bouquet out of the air and turns it in a slow circle, giving his audience a good look. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table. Some reach for lilies while others whistle and call Leander's name. But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locking on me instead. How about you? My chest tightens. Every person gathered turns to stare at me. Save? Yes, save. I'm gonna save in a different file. I keep forgetting to save in like different files for different things. Let me think. I feel like taking the flowers is gonna get me stabbed by some jealous person, but I'm gonna take them anyway. I reach out, all too aware of the way my fingers tremble as I carefully take the flowers from him. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Leander's hand, their light dims. They fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Oh, he's winning me over, guys. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with an audible clink. Alright, bloodhounds, get back to your drinks. Show's over. The green cloaks disperse at his command, returning to their tables and booths. Before I can make my way towards Leander, his eyes find me. Whoa! Well, he is just charming, ain't he? He gives me a friendly wave, then beckons me over to the crowded counter. I manage to squeeze beside him, but there's so little room that his broad shoulders presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Is this your first time in Iridia? He says it lightly, with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes flicker to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get you? Surprise me, and add anything my friend wants onto my tab. Wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit, I do feel a little thirsty after all that fried dough. What? I'll have what he's having. I'll have what he's having. Why did I say that twice? While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows on the counter, close enough to notice the purple shadows under his lower lids. His eyes wander to me in return, but when they lock on my bandaged hands, a sour taste rises in my throat. Here comes the questions. So, what brings you to the Wick? Kuro sent me. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, but it immediately falls right back into place. So it's about work. Aw. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses filled with what I can only assume is beer. I raise my glass and give it an experimental sniff. It smells faintly yeasty, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful. somehow briny and sour in a way that reminds me of pickles. But any thought of complaining dies the moment I look up to see Leander taking a deep swig from his glass. He lets out a satisfied breath. Must be an acquired taste then. How can I be of assistance? I need to get to the Cenobium. As soon as the word Cenobium leaves my mouth, the entire bar fell silent. Bloodhounds twist in their seats agog openly. Finally, an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the Cenobium in here? Throw him out! This is Bloodhound's territory! The vitriol catches me off guard. From the angry looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some unspoken rule just by mentioning the Cenobium. When I glance at Leander, he's drinking as though he hasn't noticed the uproar. Only when he catches me looking does he lower his glass. For the love of... Drags a hand down his face. Hey, keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhounds silently return to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. The Cenobium's a bit of a touchy subject in these parts. Mixing enough drinks and, well, you saw. How about we continue this outside? When I give him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. I follow Leander to an alleyway tucked behind the wetwood, where layers of frayed bloodhound posters have been plastered on the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his likeness on the poster is impressive. Kuro didn't send you here for help with a Cenobium, did he? From the look he gives me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. No, he didn't. He suggested I find an alternative. Yeah, here you are, asking about them anyway. What do you need the Cenobium for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Well, I see you're already aware of the city's currency. Information is worth its weight in gold here. Kuro's told you the truth. Cenobium's dangerous. Get on their bad side, and they'll imprison you if you're lucky, or torture you if you're not. But the Cenobium is supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a world steeped in nightmares. Any place held answers via the Cenobium. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think. But things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement. Such a simple statement. Yet it leaves me reeling. If it's true, if I stick everything on a lie, then what now? Leander clears his throat. But as I always say, there's a solution to every problem, and alternatives to every solution. He claps his hands and turns to me with a brilliant smile. That's why Curious pointed you to the Bloodhounds. Let me help you. Whether it's hunting a soulless or finding people or recovering stolen valuables, we can do it all, and free of charge. Really? Free? What? I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his practice speech. Patience is wearing dangerously thin. Listen, I appreciate the problem, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander nods slowly. Then your problem must be fairly serious, and if the Cenobium's your first choice... You're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? My eyes widen. He nods along. So I suspected all along. I'd be happy to help you out. That is, if you tell me what ails you. And look at him smiling at me like that. Leander might not work for the Snovium, but he is a mage, and a powerful one at that, if his demonstration earlier is any indication. I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a pained whisper. I'm cursed. Cursed? Oh. Excuse me. Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. It's your hands, isn't it? I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people. Hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander begins taking his glove off. He tugs his right hand free and flexes his fingers. Let's see it. He offers me his hand. A prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm. I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is, I can't bring myself to hurt him. To see his kind face twist into that mask of madness. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you came from, your affliction was strange and not one of a kind. You spend the year in this city, you'll see thousands of curses and thrice as many cures. I read that wrong. Do you really think Kuro would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm as good as any mage in the Snovium. Better even. If they can help, so can I. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. Okay. I looked from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then, with a short breath, I began unwinding the bandages from my hand. Fine, but if you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. Ah! Ah! Look at him blushing! Oh my goodness. With each joint I expose, I grow more and more certain that this is a terrible idea. Ready when you are. If he's bothered by the way my hand looks, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palm. 3, 2, 1. Tap his palm once, as quickly as possible, but it's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. I look at his face, expecting to see the worst. Leander only grins. See? Can't be. This time I reach out to touch Leander's palm again. He catches my wrist before I can pull away. Told you. There's really nothing to worry about. He trails off when my thumb brushes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still, except for the subtle bobbing of his throat. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Leander's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, been embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, picked up every single detail. The grooves of his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the pulse of his heart. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand, not without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing until this moment. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Okay, I think that's enough. Probably. Let me save first. Draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, though my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? I'm Kuro. You were right to hide this from me, Kuro. That curse of yours, unlike any I've ever dealt with. I can tell you're discreet, but you'd best not go and showing that off to anyone else. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I hadn't yet considered. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. Look at all these fancy bottles. I wonder what that is right there. That looks like it's got like some pickled eggs in it. The wet wick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realized doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto to the counter. You know, I always keep a corner room for your escapades. Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained, and I always appreciate it, but you're mistaken. This is just for my friend Kuro. Sure. Say as long as you like. You two have. Oh! Oh, it's a playboy! Oh. Escapades, huh? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. But I hesitate. My corn purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Bloodhound rates. My treat, since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small, but it weighs heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. I planned to steal whatever I needed to get by, no matter how dangerous. Thank you. Go explore, Kuro. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers. But if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Just be careful. Aw, his smile was cute. Really love his trench coat. Hang on. Okay, I had to click to bring it back. It's not spacebar. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. And I want to look at that dagger he's got. Look at that. That is badass looking. Alright. Quick stretch! Ah. Let's see here. Alright. Alright, let's keep going. The air clings sodden and heavy. Without the morning crowd, the sunless streets look barren and bleak. Even the peddlers are long gone. Only a pair of crows remain quibbling over a stale crust in a gutter. I feel a pang of envy. At least they've got a reason to fight. I've never felt so lost. Curious and Leander both made it clear that the Snobium can't be trusted. I came so far, endured so much. I am not seriously thinking about still going to the Snobium after Leander said that he could help. I need to see this Snobium for myself, only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have asked someone at the bar for directions before. I should have asked someone at the bar for directions before leaving. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, till a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. A shadow runs down the street in rivulets. Foremost dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal a long, jagged teeth. Growl rumbles so low and deep I felt it. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or single breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I'm going to see what got me first. Steel myself, then turn. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone, except for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. Hello! A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for a human were it not for the tufted ears and tail curled around his ankle. Oh! Look at his eyes. All of the characters in this game have such pretty eyes. Okay, so what's your deal, buddy? Or the dusk pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet, and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is light and carefree. Sorry, his tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable little smile. Didn't you see that shadow just now? It was massive. It moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous it might sound. But the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beast I've seen are the wick-drooling regulars. Though, this did catch my eye. What the? With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. Wait a minute, is that... Okay, he is wearing pants, okay. What? Damn! Okay. I thought he was wearing like short shorts or something. I'm just taking in all the detail of all the outfits that they're wearing. Holy shit. Okay, back to the business I hand. That's my key, you bastard! Give it back! Hang on, let me save. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets and, sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stopped me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers on at the edge of my vision. I always attract the worst kind of attention. I can't get rattled now. But who said that's my key? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I feel like that would work. Who said that key's mine? His smile was wide enough to reveal pointed canines. I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. The bald-faced lie, without a hint of irony. Can't figure out how he's picked my pockets under my nose. I'm certain he took my key, and I need it back. I approached the man, careful to keep an arm's length away. It doesn't look dangerous, and most deadly ones never do. I wanna touch his ears. I wanna give him like ear scratches. That sounds weird. The stranger's chain softly clinks with a tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance? Until I figure out how you managed to rob me. Yeah, I am. Think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here. He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? He's got me there. Let me just... Damn, look at those belts. Sorry. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. Man of the city, hearted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Luckily for you, I don't charge. Is everything free in this town? Holy shit! The man runs the tip of his tongue over her fang, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I felt something other than dread. My face grows hot. That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. For sex my trade, I might make an exception for you. How about half off for a handy? Or you could just hand over my key. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. Oh, which tail are you talking, man? Your actual tail? What the fuck? Just throw it here. So some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so I can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wig with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. Not telling you anything. Who could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen? I wonder. He listlessly watches the Archimide key swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck. There's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick towards me. They gleam with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment is worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. This is a shakedown. It's the most frustrating one I've ever experienced. I think this guy is just... Okay. Oh, wait, look at the detail on the chains. The little spike on the side. I should draw my chains like... I should draw chains like that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Why is this highlighted? Why? Oh, I'm gonna flirt back, see if he doesn't expect that. How'd you know that I spent all my money? Starved and nearly died in the swamp, so I can just crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I saw. That earns me a burst of breathy laughter. Gazes at me and under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Could you be any more obvious? I have been told subtlety is not my strength. So your place or mine? Yeah, I'll pass, buddy. Tempting, but no. Yet he still smiles, undeterred. The more he flirts, the more convinced I am that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. Something tells me this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you're not going to attack or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. God damn, this flirt. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we were having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite, truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. Sound like you know the city well. The man gaze flickers from me to the key dangling from his finger. Naturally, this dump was little more than a miserable little smear when I first arrived. Hightown, Lowtown, no radio like the back of my hand. What about the Snobium? Know where that? Why are we asking? The smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it. An absurdly large tower glooming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. You must have meant the spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. Snobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp-dick tower couldn't even dream of. But I've already got plans. I like this guy. This guy's fun. Oh? Have you some pressing matters at the Snobium? Lunch dates with the librarians? Tea time with the esteemed abbess? That's my business. What's the matter to you? Square my shoulders, and the amusement bleeds out of them. Your loss. The stranger, finally bored of this tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key. But as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Oh, fuck! Hey! He yanks me down and I stagger, so slipping on the steps. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch. But he's careful not to disturb him, even as his fingers dig into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of death on the road. Whoa, what happened to his eyes? Why are you going scary mode? That fucking doctor. His voice, once silken, lowers into a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. But just when I fear he'll bite, he takes a deep whiff instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes up at me. Not quite human, not quite monster. Seems we're both fair! Stranger's ears flatten as he releases me with a short breath. He yanked my arm back, massaging it where his grip left grooves in the bandages. Stranger twists around to watch a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. Her pressed form bears insignias of the cenobium. I leave you for all what, 10 minutes? And you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? Stranger, Vera, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric with a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me. His tail swishes immediately. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Vera cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger is drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It'll always find you given time. The woman plucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. I am stuttering over so much. Word of advice: don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for... Let me try that again. Word of advice: don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. So I tell y'all what, it turns out Nana's been awake for like a while. And she hasn't said anything, but I really hope she didn't hear any of what I just said about like candies and shit. She shrugs off she shrugs off a wilting look from Bear. Oh, he's so pissed and yet so handsome. Oh please, any friend of yours would know it's true. Now hold still. Ah, fuck. Yes! Yeah, I'll get in a second! I better end it here. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you next time.